Auto pulls, random pulls, the Celestial Isles. Let's see which one is better. Hey guys, Insomnia here with some more AFK Arena. Today we are going to run through all 4 faction accounts and actually looking at the new event, the Celestial Isles. We are going to look at doing the auto searches versus doing the manual searches and see which Celestial Island that we can actually make it the furthest. As you can see here, we have 284 keys, and this is strictly free to play for this event. I have not bought any keys, even the 99-cent pack or the $5 packs. This is how many we've gotten so far to date with the event. So let's go ahead and mix this up. And on the Lightbearer account, we're going to go with the auto search and we'll see how well we do. 2 accounts I'm going to do with the auto search, 2 accounts I'm going to do on the manual search, which that one it looks like we used quite a few keys. But if you look at the loot we get here, absolutely insane. And we are going for common scrolls on all of the accounts. That way we can keep it consistent and trying to get a couple more heroes that we need. Very, very lucky there. We actually pulled it right towards the end of the second row. So like I was saying, we're going for common scrolls on all of the faction accounts. The Elder Tree Juice would be pretty good, but I just want to make sure that we can get a couple more heroes, and this will not only allow us to get more copies of heroes, it will allow us to get more copies of emblems and the hero choice card, so where we can actually pull our own faction card. So when we look at the overall White Sushi Guide, which that was a very, very lucky, we pulled it on, I believe, the 5th one. The blue cards were stated originally as the most common, the really thing to get. Upon further review and mathematically, the common scrolls are the best. Look at that. On the second one, we are getting really lucky on this account. We still have 220 keys left. And my thought is I want to see if we can make it to floor 20 and if we can get copies of Taylene and see just how many keys it's going to take as completely free to play, meaning we did not buy any keys at all. So starting, we're already on Island 7. We've gotten 2 islands that were pretty good RNG. So I'm hoping we can pull another one, and that one's pretty easy as well. But look at the amount of loot. So not only the scrolls, you do get the gems, you do get hero essence. There is a ton of loot with 284 keys that you can actually pull out of here. On these accounts as well, for floor 10, we're going to go ahead and pick up Saurus just because we do want copies of him. That way we can increase the Twisted Essence that we're getting from the Twisted Essence bosses because he is vital for pretty much, I believe, all of them except the Dark Namora because of the multiple ads. So continuing here, we're at 9, so this will take us to floor 10. And a lot of common scrolls there, which is very, very good. All right, so on this one, like I said, we are going for Saurus. If we hit Island 20, we are going for Taylene. All of these accounts are actually still searching for Taylene, and there he is. So we picked up another copy of him. And then we'll go back to our common scrolls. So even here, it's going to give us a lot of common scrolls overall. And we still have a couple more days. Look at that very first row again. That's already 3 floors that we've gotten on the first row, which is very, very nice to see. So overall, after seeing the auto search function that I used on the pay to win account, it's been very, very rewarding. I'd say overall, I'm not sure if I would have had this much RNG luck with my pulls, as you can see. Floor 13, which pulls us to, this will be floor 14. So we are running a little bit low on keys. So I'm thinking as free to play, it might be pretty close with the amount of keys that we're going to go through. And I'm not sure if floor 20 is going to be an option at this point, if we're going to make it this far. I've heard 18 is about where people usually make it, which going through a lot of keys here. Oh, the very last row. All right, so on this one, we're going to have to choose it ourselves. I believe they had said it was 32 keys. Correct me if I'm wrong. But we're going to go ahead and stick with the auto search, just like we did. So we'll just manually auto search to see where our reward would have been. And there we go. So that takes us to floor 17 at this point. And again, we'll do the same. We'll stay with our own manual auto progression here. See if we can get, so that'll do it. So I mean, 17 islands in, and we still have 7 days left, which is very, very cool. I'm not sure if the 7 days include the 2-day redemption. So you actually usually do 12 days and then 2 days to redeem all the rewards or use all your keys. So I believe we only have 5 days left, which should be quite a few more keys to try to get to Island 20. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to hop on the Wilder account, and we will do the same with the auto search feature. So let's go ahead and check it out. All right, so we are back with the Wilder account. So on the Lightbearer account, we did hit level 17, so Island 17, we had 284 keys, which lucky enough, we have 284 keys here as well, that we can see on the Wilder account. Again, we're gonna do 2 auto searches, so this one is actually going to be auto search, just like it was on the Lightbearer account. And then the Wilder and the Mauler and the Graveborn, excuse me, I am going to go ahead and manually do it and see how it stacks up. So again, Lightbearers, we made it to 17, which is pretty good. Lucky there, we got the second one. So 251 keys going to Isle 3. We are getting a ton of common scrolls. Like I had said before, the common scroll is definitely a good value because not only are you going to get a lot of heroes, if you have some really, really good at RNG, a lot of elite heroes, but you will also get emblems as you're doing the Noble Tavern. And the wish list, you'll pull one of the 20 heroes that are on there. Again, pretty lucky on that pull. We only got to the second row here. Starting Isle 5, which again, the Lightbearers got to 17. So as completely free to play, I have not bought any keys on any of the faction accounts. So we have just kept it straight exactly the amount of keys that I earned from my dailies, which I've done every single daily on every account, as well as the AFK rewards is what we're just collecting up right now. Which again, pretty lucky on that one. We just got to the second row. 173 keys left, so this is Island 7 as we begin. And I've heard the auto search function is what people are very, very big about, that it does pretty well. But as you can see there, almost the very last row, or on the very last row, but the second to last, 141 keys left as we start Island 8. Just like we did on the other accounts, we are going to go ahead and pick up copies of Source. Look at that. Very, very first one. That is awesome. That is where I think the auto search function is going to help a ton. Because that's 2 that I've gotten pretty early. But it doesn't mean that the randomness from actually pulling it myself would have been any better or any worse. But here we are going with Saurus. If you don't have Saurus, absolute monster on the Twisted Essence bosses as well as guild bosses. So I would recommend, if you do not have him, Ascended, to go ahead and just pick up one copy of him, because even using him at Elite, he is doing a lot more damage than a majority of the heroes on the faction accounts, which is pretty interesting. Because gaining more and more Twisted Essence will help you not only in the campaign, but it'll help you in the boss fights, it'll help you in PvP. It will help you across the board with having more Twisted Essence and unlocking the skills and abilities that it has. So Island 12 here, going through a lot more keys than we did on the Lightbearer account. Because we are only on 13, 62 keys left, so we're going to be, I think, a little bit short with our search function here and the RNG, because we started with the exact same amount, 284 keys. And the other account, Lightbearers, we ended on Island 17. Here we're just starting 14 with 48 keys left. So maybe if we can pull 1 or 2 really, really lucky pulls here, which that one was pretty good. All right, so floor 15. So we got to get through 2 more floors with 38 keys. Still trying to determine kind of what the average is here, which look at that. Very, very lucky. Still have 34 keys going into 16. Wonder if we're going to hit 17, which we should be able to, I'm thinking. So this one we do have to manually do. We'll do the exact same to stay with the auto search function. And hopefully I don't get, oh, there we go. Still got 15 keys. And here we are, floor 17. So exactly the same floor with the exact same amount of keys, which is interesting because it kind of takes a little bit of the RNG out of there. but we'll see if we can get through this floor. Is what I'm hoping. Nope, so exactly the same place. We're on Island 17 with the Lightbearers. We're on Island 17 with the Wilders. Did get a copy of Source on both. All right, so the next two, we are going to focus on the Mauler and the Graveborn, and I am going to not do the auto search function. I'm actually going to completely randomize it and see how we do if we can get to floor 17, or if utilizing the auto function makes sense for everybody. All right, so here we are on the Mauler account. Again, we're going to be looking at the Celestial Isles. We had 284 keys here as well. We have 284 keys. We're going to continue to look for our regular scrolls. We'll set that as default. And this one, we are not doing the auto search. So this is just going to be me completely randomizing where we're going to pick a chest. And there we go. We got one right there. To see both the Wilder account and the Lightbearer account did make it to the 17th floor. So I'm hoping with it being completely random, we can go ahead and get lucky as well with where our picks are at. All right, so starting floor 3, 262 keys left. Again, we'll start with the, look at that, that was lucky. Only used 2 keys on that floor. Very cool to see. All right, so mixing them up here. Let's go ahead and see what we can get. And this one is not looking very good. There we go. All right, starting Island 5, 239 keys left. Which again, completely just randomizing it. Oh, look at that. We would have went all the way through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows to get to that with the regular auto search function. We got it pretty early there. So starting Island 6, again, we'll just start with some random picks here, which it seems like we're doing okay. I would say, okay, we haven't had any that is the very last chest yet, which is what I had, I believe, twice on the RNG, or the pay to win account. All right, so Island 7 still have 206 keys, so we still have a lot of keys left here. Let's go ahead and mix these up. Start again with our little completely randomized. Seems like even speed-wise, the auto search function, you can just press it and let it go. Oh, it would have been the very first one if we had auto searched. All right, we burned through a lot of keys on that one, but Island 8, which we'll pick the very first one again because that's where it seemed to pick that one up from. There we go. It would have been the very first floor on that one again if we were auto searching. So floor number 9. I'm hoping we can get a little bit better than 17. That one was pretty early. Again, the auto search function would have brought us about the same. So floor 10, we are going with Saurus. Still have 154 keys, so still doing well, but still a lot of progression to make here to catch up to floor 17. And look, the auto search would have been the very second one. So it seems like auto search on this one, floor 11, would have saved us a lot of keys maybe. But let's start toward the bottom where it would make the biggest difference, I guess. All right, so we went through a lot on that. So Island 12 still have 105 keys, but we still have a lot of room to make up to hit Island 17 at this point. So I'm hoping again we get a couple of random lucky spots. All right, so we got our scroll there, pushing to 13, 88 keys left. Still get the feeling we're going to be possibly a little bit short on this one. Come on, where's it at? bottom left. Island 14, 62 keys. So I believe there's 36 squares in each one. So I'm not sure. We need to get some good luck on these ones. Just a couple more. Nope, not good luck on this one. We're gonna go to the very last one again. Nope. All right, so that would have saved us a lot of keys there. We have 28 left. We are on floor 15. So again, we gotta have really good luck on this one. Only have 28 keys left. So I'm hoping 14 more keys. We need to find this one pretty quick. That is it, floor 15. So we hit 17 with auto search with the Wilder, 17 with auto search with the Lightbearers, 15 with the Maulers. So let's go ahead and look at the Graveborn. Again, we're gonna do our random search, not the auto search, to see kind of, 2 versus 2, how well we can do. All right, so we are on our last and final, which we are on the Graveborn account. So we're gonna go ahead and we are gonna get into the Celestial Isles. So again, we're doing 2 that are the auto polls, and then we're doing 2 accounts that are just the regular polls, so not the auto searches. So we're seeing, which that was very, very lucky, on which one we can make it a little bit further. We made it to the Wilders and the Lightbearers, I believe were 17. The Maulers, we only hit floor 15, so we were just a little bit shy on hitting 17, just with the randomness. And I'm not sure at this point which one's really a better option, just because of, again, how random it is. But having pulled 6 accounts now in total, it seems like the auto search feature is yielding a little bit better results. I'd say overall, all of my accounts are a little bit further with the auto search feature than I have been with just regular random tapping. So I think this one is going to be the determining factor to see. We have 222 keys left, which it seems a majority of them are in the first 3 rows. We have had a couple where we went actually to the very last rows, but I'm sure it is completely random. There we go. That would have been pretty deep for the auto search function to go through a lot of the keys on that one. So here we are starting island number 5, continuing with the random. And like I've said before, the amount of loot that we're getting in here, you figure if you're pushing 300 plus keys, it adds up, and that's just it. So over time it does add up, and we're not getting lucky on this one. We're gonna go down to the last one. Look at that. Wow. Even auto search though, that would have been the very, very bottom. So we used about the same amount of keys, 164 left at this point. Island number 6. And again, island 10, we're going to go ahead and pick up a copy of Saurus just because he is so vital. Auto search would have been really quick on that one. 148 keys left, adding into IO 7 at this point. So we need a couple pulls where we can just get the main reward off of the start, or at least a lot closer to the start, because we're not going to do too many more islands here if we don't start finding it a little bit faster. 119 keys, and we are only on 8, so this one we have had a little bit worse RNG than we normally did. And we'll start again with this one, which, that would have been the very last one. So essentially, if we would have done the auto search function, it would have cleared every single block. So we did make up a little bit of room on that one as we progress to island 9. But I'm still going with my thought that the auto search function seems to do a little better. But that one was lucky as well. All right, island 10, so we will pick up our copy of Source, 93 keys left. So we still do have a little bit of room. Hopefully we can pick the next couple isles pretty easy. or at least pretty soon if we're not clearing a ton of the island spaces. Very last one again, and look, we just finally unlocked him, but that would, again, we saved all of those blocks versus doing the auto search function, which would have taken us a lot more because Source was the very, very last block in that one. So floor 11, and I'm thinking, looking at our keys, which auto search there would have probably saved us a couple blocks. But I'm thinking overall, if we can get to floor 15, it's going to be pretty even, especially when the auto search, we got to floor 17 on both auto searches as well as the pay to win account. We got quite a bit further than we did on some of the other accounts. And this one, again, another pretty bad floor here. Only had 3 left. So again, auto search would have saved us quite a few there. 26 keys left, and we are only on 12. So this, we're going to have to get lucky with the amount of keys, or we're going to be stuck on floor 12 at this point. Only 10 more, not looking too good here. Auto search, again, would have saved us a ton there. So floor 14. All right, so we got 2 chances here. So we'll do 1 and 2, and that is it. So floor 14. All right, so overall, auto search, the Lightbearers, they got floor 17. The Wilder, they got floor 17 with auto search. We got floor 15 on the Mauler account, 14 with the Graveborn, doing it manually. So overall, even looking at the pay to win and my main account, I would say auto search function by far is doing better. So we've done 3 accounts with auto search. We've done 3 accounts which were completely random. Auto search function has been doing a lot better and has been yielding a lot more island floors. So if you make the comparison, go ahead and go with the auto search function. I would, going forward, so I'll do the same as I'll swap my 2 islands, the first 2 islands to actually just the regular, and then do the auto search, or just do the auto search going forward. But overall, like I said, looking at 6 accounts, I still have 2 more to pull on. The auto search function is definitely working as intended, and you're getting a lot more islands out of it, which again, it could be 100% random, but if I was doing 100 islands or maybe 100 different accounts, a little bit of a different stats, but running all 6, auto search has been doing better. So let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know if you're running the random searches versus the auto searches and exactly how well it's going, because overall, like I said, with all the accounts that we pulled on, auto search was definitely the way to go. So again, let me know in the comments what you guys think, and as always, thank you guys for watching.